Prime Minister.
All right, thank you, Mr. Assistant Speaker. We congratulate you, Lord Sinan, Lord Displasia. Privilege, Lord Yusinan Namel, Lord Yusterim, Kibung Glimi, Lord Tete Apinon. Me talk apologetically, Lord member of Central Bougainville. So you send up, but me send up, na make some time, Lord talk. Me, but keep him talk short. Me like give him belly seal or Parliament. Country or some treasurer, the Honorable Ian Linkstaki, me clear or one something and walking. Time he had, no issue time. Time me like sim government law 2019, me talk to opinions, but me making big league repetition again. Economy block country, stop block good place. We were in a very weak situation. Dinner block country, and me sit down at that time. Yes, central bank, at that time, and me talk, dinner is stop around underneath law 20, 30%, but time me block come inside, me block talk, law restoring credibility, law economy, me. Larem, ADB, IMF, World Bank, now okay, look long, outside book block country stuff. And so time well look inside through a due diligence where Treasury is sponsoring. IMF is sponsoring, Treasury is sponsoring. I'm establishing a total denial, including all denial belong, all works contract where works minister talk, Mibla start law, back him, clean him up. Including denial block kind of 800 million before government similar BSP law funding port relocation. All this block and deny let him go. Deny block country, all outside line look him. And we see now at 39%. From this block 39%, we play start long walk. And last 3 years, it's block 3 year, but you may go back long whole of our history block country. You may got one block situation where population will grow above 3%. And average economy grow underneath 3%. That's our record for the last 47, now going 48 years. Of course, the variables of every year, the economy sometimes it go approaching 3%, but on long-running average, the economy was tracking below 3%. Our population was growing about 3%. One of this like minimum. Population mouth lo look at him, mouth lo feed him, beginning to educate him, citizen lo give him housing, road lo build him, cost and more, na actual money you make out lo country and lick. That's a record since 1975 coming up today. So in this sort of situation, our government or governments of past, and including other nations around the world, they do borrow. Now me like asking all sawe man blo you stop tete, lo parliament you look. Me give one bla talk tasol kanas of Japan. Japan today got debt to GDP in excess of 200% now on top. This like now only got them accumulated over time. After the war in 1945, they went on an expansionary pathway along rebuilding again country belong all. Today only current over 200% debt to GDP, low record belong all. But the fact is that their people today live in a better country, developed country, well infrastructure, well run and developed infrastructure. And so, me like giving barely see long citizen blood this black country. We are trying our absolute best in tough times. Long, you make him country with me grow yet. Now stop with. Last 3 years has not been an easy 3 years. COVID-19, fight lo Ukraine, imported inflation, and all the inherent weaknesses you may inherit him. I mean stop. But Treasurer underneath lo guide lo mipla. Mipla he got 6 or 7 major focus for policy in as far as how Treasury in the government will work. Now me like giving this summary long country law supporting statement law Treasurer. One principle lo mibla must grow him. Internal revenue to me first and foremost. Grow him internal revenue first and foremost. Today you look him on record in the last 4 years. Not last year, that's all. The former Prime Minister Meola Yalubu talk, our earnings are assisted by the price increase. Price increase happened last year, that's all. In 2021, 2020, 2 hard years. Good law work law IRC na customs, increasing internal revenue. Plenty all business operate the black economy. You looking last week or after or half past day, some headline lo confiscated goods. You may look in work lo IRC in the customs increase. Now me like giving belly to lo country IRC in the customs in a work nothing. Work underneath lo one minister. And minister will call him Minister of the Treasury. Now last 2 years, people start lo increasing funding along IRC in the customs, lo increasing efficiency along all. So number one, aim lo mipla as mipla come, realizing the weak situation mipla stop. Mipla talk you must grow internal revenue let me pass them through. Number two, lo him need long country. If mipla must borrow responsibly, not borrow cheap money. Borrow expensive money. And that is what we've been doing the last 3 years underneath lo leadership lo treasurer me. Now, not point. The third point, mipla talk also. Mipla must fund it more long PIP. Suppose you look the budget record, mipla in the last 4 budgets, mipla head him down. We've increased allocation to PIP, and we've tried our very best to maintain funding recurrent at the same level, if not increase that is not more than the increase in PIP. Number 5, mipla talk. Mipla must cut him, or number 4 rather, cutting waste long public service, including paying out all lombla areas law public service pay increase, na public service back pay, na retirement. Before government pay him, we clear him out. In the last 2-3 years, we stop in office. Number 4, we talk. We must spreading wealth. 5, spreading wealth through all parts of our country. That is why Connect PNG has a nationwide footprint. That is why our PIP allocations has a nationwide footprint. That is why we are fair in our DSIP PSIP allocation to all parts of our country, because wealth block country, you may spread him blow all the half block country instead of concentrating blow 1 block, 2 block half so. Number 6, we talk you must grow in economy. Now you must diversify my economy, and you must rely on more importantly than non-mining and petroleum sector to anchor our economy for the long run. That is why Minister Maru and we focus on special economic zone. Now focus on growing economy and diversifying economy. Mr. Assistant Speaker, me like giving belly seal on country, and me like giving belly seal on this parliament. The treasurer, Emino long man running this economy me. And me clear exactly what I'm working. Treasurer, Emmy in his own life, Emmy earn him standing block and also one successful businessman the hard way. Also sampler, he earning money through many illegal activities. He knows what it means to work hard, earn money, grow business, and in this, I mean, put him focus now go country. We must grow him basketball country, grow him economy, and hopefully in the process, when we look back 10 years, 15 years from today, history can judge him whether the input, the honorable treasurer working to economy, the Karem Kaike and Nogat, no pining work, Emino Isibla something. Me acknowledge him, plenty or picking him, lose him school, and Nogat work stop. Maybe I put in money lo SME sector too. Maybe I put in money long all lo kisi money easy lo borrow lo growing business lo too. And last week I was very encouraged to read a story that emerged as an example from NDB. One young Papua New Guinean peddling in the streets of Port Moresby, selling, hustling and bustling. 3 years later, goes to NDB. Today he owns a PMV bus. That's a good story. It shows that someone, not even a grade 10 dropout, a grade 9 dropout, working, living in the city, in the hustles and bustles of Port Moresby, saving his money, going to NDB, utilizing our government program we have. Today, ME owning one bus. 2021, we've been going Maprik, opening NDB Bank branch long Maprik. One bla mama, long Maprik, kissing one bla nubla bus. Now I'm writing the bus here, smell fish. Name the bus and smell fish. Mr. Assistant Speaker, you know why I'm talking smell fish? Story blogger me RM time me bla NDB giving kilo because I'm go borrow him this money at a discounted rate, partner in government program. The reason why I'm calling smell fish, I'm talking also laplomi, Mr. Salim's piece. Now sinalo we work market, now Maprik market. Also the me smell us and peace. Today, I'm 15-seater bus, assisted by government funding support, long NDB Bank. Mr. Assistant Speaker, Miba informing Parliament, long May sitting or June sitting, long House side, government support, long BSP and NDB, or long give him lending, long all small public businesses, or man like having business, long country limit. Mr. Speaker, Mibla work hard in tough times. And me through, you me lose him talk long past time stop. You me focus, long go forward. These are extraordinary tough times our country is living in the face of global tough times. And the Treasurer is trying his absolute best in tough times to work. Me asking you, all gonna have faith that we are trying our very best. Only time but me worry if ship is like sink. Today, me like talking about we keeping our public accounts open, operating. We consistently, in a monthly basis, trying our best to be fair on all programs right across, including paying for our children's school fee, keeping our hospitals open, funding our contracts at the national government level that we have over 300 contracts running, and of course, supplying to district programs and provincial programs for all of us to work to grow our country. Time blaming each other and cross go come. Time blaming work one time. That is what our people deserve. I want to place on record my support once again for our treasurer, who are managing economy in very, very tough times. Let us all rally around, and hopefully in time when we look back, you see whether the focus that we've envisaged for our country has been delivered upon 5 years, 10 years, or more importantly, 13 years from today, as he always says. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.